What's up, guys? Renasant here. Welcome back to the channel. We are picking up right where we left off in Blighttown, this pestilent, nasty area that I love so much. Again, guys, this is one of my favorite areas. People hate Blighttown with a passion. I get why, kind of, but at the same time, this area is just so cool. It's designed really uniquely. It's not really a platforming area, and yet it has elements of platforming in it, which just make it more unique. But either way, we're gonna check it out a little bit here. Please don't let this man slice and dice me up. Oof. Yeah, they will drop soul of a lost undead items for you every now and then. Not that we need it, but... So, I may have told you in the last episode, this is what I call the death bridge. As you can see, it moves as you're walking on it. And it's actually kind of terrifying. And you may be tempted, like, hey, let me roll down there and get that item. Don't do that. We can just go down here and get the item a much easier way. After we deal with these little fire dogs. Very interesting, unique enemies too, these little fire dogs. They pack a punch though, so be careful. So yeah, we're just gonna come through here, walk very carefully, and get that humanity. There we go. Awesome. So you can see an item over there. You can hear God knows what in the background. If you're playing online, you'll probably see a lot of here messages and try this and jump. Try jumping. And don't listen to any of that. If it looks sketchy, it's probably because it is. So that's really the only thing that we needed to get over on this side right now. There's a lot more on this side to do, but we can't really do it yet. And I have found that just like running across this quickly is the best way to handle it. Alright, so let's press forward here, go back by our bonfire. See the dead puppers over there. Oh, sorry guys, I love taking in this area once I get to it. Every time it gets me, man. I can't remember if there's any reason to drop down here. This may just drop us down to where we just were. Yeah, I honestly couldn't remember. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done it, but it's really fun to just explore this area, honestly. Methodically, really. Like, exploring this honestly and methodically. I mean, not honestly. Exploring this methodically and slowly and just kind of taking everything in. That's what makes it most fun. Alright, so of course we can go that way, but we're going to actually climb up here. You see the fire dogs over there, I'm sure. But we actually wanted to come over here so we can get this item. Good try, buckwheat. Oh, yeah, maybe that wasn't gonna feel good. Come on. Oh, y'all are pansies. There they come. Ooh, good slide. Alright, so we should be able to get over there to get this item. We might be able to just drop down here. Yeah, this is probably the easier way to do it. Just come over here. And we can just roll off here to get this shadow set. Probably one of my favorite sets in the game. Black cloth garb worn by spooks from an eastern land, designed so as not to hinder their unique form of martial arts. While it sacrifices defense for the sake of greater mobility, it does offer resistance to bleeding and poison, among other things. So, shadow garb, I love it. It's freaking amazing. We're gonna put full shadow garb on because why not? We look badass. One thing to note, it talks about spooks from an eastern land or whatever. Oh god, we have broken the camera. Yeah, it talks about this eastern land, this idea of creatures from an eastern land. If you recall, in our previous episode, we actually found a weapon called Miyato, which is a form of a katana. That will go along with other things in the future that kind of lead us to believe that, like, this area is like a ninja breeding ground or something. This is they make so many references to like Asian culture and that kind of thing here. Just something interesting. So there's the bonfire over there, but fortunately we got these little guys all chilling next to it. So you can just run and jump over here. You just want to be careful for the dogs, the fire dogs. Just let them bounce off your shield and pop them. And these guys should follow eventually. Easy enough. Oh, so you saw that. So that is another toxic blow dart guy. So you either want to be keeping your shield up at all times or in a parry riposte backstab animation just to avoid that. Not have to worry about getting toxic. And notice there's a couple things we can do here. We're actually just gonna go across right here first. Yeah. And again, you can use the torches to kind of guide your way here. Come on. Oh, he got us. But we got him right back. So that's one of the little toxic blow dart gentlemen. Kill this dude, and there's a unique shield over here, I believe. Yes, the eagle shield. Maybe our first great shield of the game? Yeah, I thought I heard somebody coming up here. Get out of here. Great shield with an eagle design. Lightest and easiest great shield to handle. They're very stable and deflect attacks, but one cannot parry and instead bashes with the shield. Yeah, so we probably will use a great shield at some point in time, but that's not going to be the one, and it's not going to be right now because we don't have the endurance to hold it, really. To be able to fast roll, at least. And let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, fast roll is life. Alright, so pressing on here. Notice an item down there that we can't quite reach, but if we come over here, there's a ladder right there. And you don't have to climb down the ladder necessarily. You can just jump down most of them, but I like to do it. I like to jump down it just because it's faster most of the time. Alright, so you see a couple things here. You see these nasty mosquitoes. And you see this giant creature of death. Oh, alright. Well, that worked. So, I didn't think he could reach us from there, but he just one-shot us, basically. But you notice pyromancy wasn't doing just a whole lot of work there. So we're actually going to equip this short bow here. And hopefully we're not... No, we're not over-encumbered. But we're going to use that. You see, these little doggies hurt. I mean, they mean business. Luckily, we're a destructive force of death in nature, so we can handle all these guys fairly easily. Woo! Gotta be careful down here. We'll come back to you. Unless we can do good damage to you right here. There's another way to kill this guy, but yeah, that's not much. 22, eh? I don't know why we're trying it this way again. It didn't work out well the last time. There we go. Like I said, there's another way to kill him. But I just wanted to go ahead and get this pyromancy right off the rip. Power within, the pyromancy of Carmina, who harnessed the power of flame to actualize the inner self. Short strength, endurance boost, but you lose HP. Excessive power eats away the life force of its caster, and like all dangerous spells, power within was kept secret for eons. So, honestly, one of the best spells in the game. It kind of like chips away at your HP, but just massively boosts your damage output and your defense, or not your defense, excuse me, your endurance. So it's very much worth it, I would say. This guy's just all kind of in the way here. No worries. Large club? No large club. That's fine. We don't need it. Alright, so continuing down here. It's interesting that you can actually like, see that area down there. And see, it's so tricky too, like the lighting and the way everything's kind of laid out. You come out here and you're just like, oh, this is just a dead end. But if you know to look for ladders by torches, you would know that that is not a dead end. A lot of ladders here. A couple different ways to go here. We're gonna go through this way right quick, just to have a look-see. Don't want to fall down there. Oh yeah, I hear the mosquitoes. So there are mosquitoes in Blighttown that are infinitely respawning. But these are not the mosquitoes, by the way. But we will encounter them soon, I'm sure. Now be careful coming around here because there's actually another poison blow dart guy somewhere. Oh, he just hit us. There he is, right there. So you gotta be very careful for him. I wouldn't recommend climbing down this ladder, to be honest with you. Ow. Wanderer set and the Falchion, which again is some starting armor from a starting character. Coat of an aimless, well, these guys, the only annoying thing about them, well, one of the annoying things about them, besides the fact that they're infinitely respawning, they can phase through objects and areas. Very hard to hit. Oh. Battle comes with the territory when one wanders the land, and this coat provides a certain degree of protection. And then Falchion, small curved sword. Each hit inflicts a little damage, but fluid chain attacks are deadly. Sharp slashing attacks are effective against cloth and flesh, but not so much against metal armor or tough scales. So I'll try to fight any wyverns or fire drakes with that thing, basically. And you have a really good view of Blighttown proper here. Slug City over there. The mosquitoes are coming. You definitely want to be careful over here because not only do you have these mosquitoes, but you have one of these nasty bugs too. And I know these mosquitoes don't look like much, but they can kill you, so be aware. These guys are kind of a joke, though. See, they're just really hard to hit. Die. Alright, you know what? You will all die eventually, buggies. Alright, so now we're officially in the Blighttown Swamp. Go ahead and get your soul item. So this area is very cool, very interesting. There's a lot of stuff here. And believe me, we will explore it all. But for now, we want to get to our bonfire so I can go over a couple things and just kind of explain a couple interesting things. And luckily for us, our bonfire is very, very easy to come by. A lot of stuff right there. The Tattered Set and the Pyromancy Poison Mist. So that's actually, it's interesting, that's actually the Pyromancy starting set. So, like I said, you'll be able to get every single thing eventually. Now, these guys are infinite, so just ignore them. But we're just coming over here to get this. And here is our bonfire room. Ah, sweet salvation. See, that's what people always think when they find it, but I'm like, Blighttown's really not that bad. Again, we are going to want to pop a humanity here because we want to reverse all hollowing, and we also want to kindle this bonfire. So, you notice in that swamp, we were pretty easily just kind of like traversing the area. If you don't have on this rusted iron ring, well, I'll just show you. It's not nearly as hard. You see how slow we're walking? It's not nearly as easy to traverse that area. So that is why I put on this rusted iron ring. I don't even know why I bothered. But we actually want to kind of come out into the swamp here a little bit because there's actually an NPC invasion that we can get. There it is. Man-Eater Mildred, hello. Oop. So, as you can tell, Man-Eater Mildred is clearly one of the butchers of the depths, or at least she looks like it. Get her souls, get her humanities, and get her butcher knife. And then we're actually just going to go back into our bonfire room to read this, just so we're not slowly dying as we're trying to read it. Notice this giant thing here. And again, we are outside. We're not in a cave. We're just at ground level. I'm actually gonna run back here. Try to snag this item too. Watch out for these guys. They will roll these things and they will throw them at you, as you can see. You know what? There's no point in fighting. But we got the great club. So, back to our bonfire so we can read our stuff here. And we did get a lot of stuff here, so first thing we got is the Poison Mist Pyromancy. So, unique pyromancy crafted by Ingi, considered a heretic even at the Great Swamp. Creates a poison mist. Ingi became an egg-bearing undead who serves a deformed young girl who speaks an unintelligible tongue. We'll learn a little bit more about Ingi and about all that here in a little bit. We also got... What did we get? The butcher knife. Giant butcher knife wielded by the undead man-eating cook lurking in the depths. More a tool for subduing and preparing live catches than an actual weapon. Those who have faced this deadly blade have a deeper sense of how helpless prey must feel. Awesome weapon for strength builds. You see it gets a B. 24 strength required. It is 100% worth it though. That is a really good weapon. Another thing that I forgot about was the Dragon King Great Axe, which this we got from cutting the tail off of the Gaping Dragon in the previous episode. So one of the rare dragon weapons is formed by the tail of the Gaping Dragon, distant and deformed descendant of the everlasting dragons. So yeah, from Everlasting Dragons. So he was like a kin almost, I guess. Now, don't forget to come back here, guys. Very important item in here. A dragon scale, yes. Very useful if you're upgrading that Dragon King Great Axe, for example, or just any weapon that requires dragon scales. So again, there's a couple different things we want to do down here before we fight the boss. One of which, and the boss is actually that way right there. That is actually the boss, that hole. I mean, that's not the boss, but that's the boss's domain, I guess you could say. But I kind of want to show you guys this little farming route. So you saw where he came out the bonfire. You know how I said those slimes have a great chance to drop large titanite and green titanite shards? Well, these slugs, believe it or not, actually have a better chance of dropping large titanite and green titanite. So this is the ideal farming route, I guess you could say, for people who are wanting to upgrade weapons. You're not going to get a lot of souls from these things, but if you're trying to upgrade any type of normal weapon, great source of large titanite. If you're trying to upgrade any type of magic weapon, great, even better source of green titanite. You see they have large titanite. But yeah, the green titanite actually drops in like 5s instead of 1s. So instead of getting 1, you get 5. Very useful. And this is just kind of the path you could take to get maximum effort out of killing all these slugs. Hopefully we get a couple of them here. Don't forget your poison, so try not to die to poison. I mean, you can see there's a lot of slugs down here, huh? And one thing to note, it is kind of hard to see when an item actually drops, so you kind of want to walk through their, and that sounds weird, but you kind of want to walk through their body almost. Because the item will be like right here in the big part. So just to make sure it's there, you just kind of want to walk through it a little bit. Don't kill me, Mr. Slug. Actually, don't kill me, Mr. Poison. Yeah, so we didn't get but like 1. I can't tell if that says server. Another fan-freaking-tastic weapon. Let me mess this up here just to be safe. The server is kind of like the butcher knife. It's a big, I mean, it's a server. It's a curved greatsword used in a mysterious ancient rite, imbued with a frightful occult energy which restores HP with each hit. It's interesting. It doesn't say that it has any occult effects to it, but I mean, they specifically say it's an occult weapon, so. Couple more slugs here. You don't have an item, do you? Bro, I checked. I want to know. Need that large titanite. Alright, so definitely not. Don't go up there quite yet. There's a couple more slugs down here we want to kill. Also an item. Green titanite. There you go. Alright, so this next part, it's a little cheeky. A lot of players miss this area. This is a lot of new players. There's just no way especially if they were playing offline. If they were playing online, there might be some messages, but if they were playing offline, there's no way they'd ever find this out, probably. So the plank shield, that's actually the shield that the deprived starts with. It's a makeshift shield built from wood planks. Minimal protection, but a cost of moderate humiliation. So there's actually a hidden wall right here. And you think, oh, they hid Twin Humanities there for that. Well, there's actually another hidden wall right behind it, believe it or not. Yeah, so super hidden area. 2 hidden walls. I really don't know why they do that, but the Great Hollow. We're in the Great Hollow. We're in the Great Tree of Lordran. Totally optional and unique area. Something just died. There is a bonfire here. We're going to go ahead and light it. We're not going to rest at it, and we're not going to actually do the Great Hollow today. We're going to come back and do this area another time. One thing I would recommend, again, especially to new players, is you do not want to do this area until later in the game when you acquire a certain item that lets you warp between bonfires. If you try to do this area now, I mean, you can do it, but it may be unfortunate because when you get to the bottom of this area, getting back up is very difficult. Again, it can be done, but it's very difficult. So for now, we just came down here for this ring. Ancient ring engraved with a large green flower, unknown origin, hastens the regeneration of stamina. So the Chloranthy ring does exactly what it says it does. It lets you regen your stamina faster. It is like an S tier ring. I mean, it's a fantastic ring, and you definitely want to come get it. It's easy to just come get it right now while you're here, to be honest with you. So, ooh, Titanite chunk. And we're just coming down here to get a couple items before we homeward bound back. One thing to note with these basilisks, you'll notice that they're black. They're actually a little bit stronger than normal basilisks, so be aware of that. I can hear you over there, Mr. Crystal Lizard. Like I said, we're just kind of meandering through this little area. Just getting some of these Titanite chunks. There are a lot of items in this area, by the way. And I mean a lot. But most of them are honestly just there to entice you to rolling away somewhere where you shouldn't, or something of that nature. So they're kind of tricky where they place these items, which I personally am fine with. I mean, if you want to go for the item, go for it. Just know that there may be consequences. I don't know if I can make that. There was a crystal lizard right here, but he's gone. I think right here is the part, yeah, this is the part that makes it like super hard to get back up. But you can actually get up right there if you so desire. Like I said, I'm just kind of coming through here to get some of these items, just so I don't have to do it next time I go through here. Again, guys, I don't really recommend you doing this just because it's very difficult, and if you die, you know, you're probably going to lose whatever souls you have. You just see it's just a bunch of Titanite chunks, really. Oh, he didn't quite make it. Alright. Well, that's enough for that right now. Like I said, guys, we'll come back to the Great Hollow. For now, we want to go fight our boss. So that is exactly what we're going to do. We're just going to hug this right wall here. And ignore that. There is an area where we can run past all these fine gentlemen. I think it's like right here. Yeah, there we go. You do want to make sure that you are human, because there's actually a summon for this boss fight. Now this boss fight, guys, is an iconic boss fight for one reason and one reason only, and you will see as we enter Quelaag's domain, all the spider eggs. One thing that's always really cool is as you're coming out of Quelaag's domain, it's just kind of reaffirmed that you are outside, and that's a tree. And you see all these spider eggs, spider webs. See all of this nasty going on. We're just going to avoid that for right now. But you also see a summon sign, and who could it be? Man-Eater Mildred. So let's go ahead and summon her up for the boss fight. This boss fight, guys, is not difficult at all. It's one of the easier boss fights in the game, in my opinion. Quelaag, as you can tell, is the boss. She does good damage, and she has some nasty attacks, but for the most part, she's pretty easy to handle. And of course, the iconic Quelaag entry scene here, guys. Hope you like it. Amazing chest ahead, am I right? So this is Quelaag. She is one of the Daughters of Chaos. Unfortunately for her, my Black Knight sword is super high level. Disregard everything I've said. I forgot, normally I level Vitality up by now, but I haven't actually leveled any Vitality up, like at all. Like our Vitality's like 10, yeah. So she one-shot us. That's perfectly fine. She really isn't hard, guys. I just haven't leveled up any Vitality because I'm leveling up Endurance because I want to be able to wear a lot of different types of armor throughout this walkthrough. It's just funny because I was talking smack about old Quelaag, and then bam, one-shotted me just like that. So word of advice, when she does that power-up attack, be careful. Luckily, it's a very, very easy run back to the boss fight. Thank God. Alright, Quelaag. Let's try this again. So yeah, as I was saying, she is one of the Daughters of Chaos. She's one of the... She took after Mother a little bit more than some of the other ones. She's a little on the sketchy side. As you can see, she's kind of evil. Come on, Mildred. Alright, let's try this again. Let's try not to get exploded right off the rip again. And you can see she kind of creates these lava pools here that you definitely do not want to run into. But she kind of takes part of the arena, unfortunately. If we could just make sure she never does her little explosion thing, we'll be alright. Mildred. There she goes. So like I said, not very hard. She just got that one hard-hitting attack. So we killed Quelaag, got our 20,000 souls, and we actually got... Where is it? Should have gotten the soul of Quelaag. So, once daughter of the Witch of Izalith, but now a chaos demon. Special beings have special souls, and Quelaag's soul contains all aspects of chaos. Use it to acquire a huge amount of souls, or to create a unique weapon. Very much to create a unique weapon. And we will talk some more about Quelaag and the Witch of Izalith and all that good stuff in the next episode, guys. For now, that's going to do it. If you enjoyed the episode, as always, make sure to leave a like, comment, and hit that subscribe button for me. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye.